嗨，大家好，我是李贝，我们继续学习好不好？标准教程 HSK6下册。All right，学到第31课，学习第102页。继续学习词汇。so many words，词汇。前密。I remember talking about this word in a previous video because we talked about 智力 meaning intellect, and we talked about 潜力 as an unrealized capability, a latent capability. 潜力潜在 is worth knowing this word as well. Actually, it's an adjective. It's a word that exists to differentiate it from its opposite. 存在于事物内部尚未显现出来的 hasn't been, I don't know, revealed or realized, I guess. 潜在力量潜在威胁 latent threat 潜在影响 potential impact. So the impact doesn't exist yet. So 潜密 is a 潜在的还没有发挥出来的能力或力量. So it's a capability or power that's yet to be 发挥. It's yet to be put to use. Yeah. Yet to come out and put to use. 把潜力充分发挥出来. Yeah. So take your potential and put it to good use. All right. 挖掘潜力. 挖 is to dig, like to dig a hole. 挖个坑. 挖掘 is more like excavate. 挖掘. 挖掘潜力. So you are excavating your potentials. Used figuratively, of course. Just tap your potential, right? 有成为管理员let me try again. 有成为管理人才的潜力. So it's 有潜力，有什么样的潜力？有成为管理人才的潜力。人才 is like talent, 管理 management, executive, I don't know. 管理人才管理人才 that would be like management or leadership. No, management's better. 千方百计挖掘潜力. 千方百计 is one of the many words that mean like try all the possibilities and so on. Oh wow. So this whole phrase counts as a 词语. 千方百计 is a word by itself, and it's a HSK6 word. Anyway. 有很大潜力. Okay, so 潜力 can be 大, so presumably it can be 小 as well. 它的潜力很大. Or 它没有潜力. 充分发挥潜力. So 充分发挥潜力. This is a common sort of structure you get in Chinese. Yeah, this fully bring out latent potentials. So when you see, like I used to work at Nankai, and the students there used to write papers in English, and they would do this pull out, fully bring out kind of thing, fully utilize such and such, which sounds really weird in English, fully utilize something. Unless you're like using the full power of something. You crank it up to 100 or something. 充分, it's more like amply or adequately. 充分发挥潜力. So again, this seems to be in the dictionary as a phrase. 充分发挥潜力. So this explains why I see this kind of phrasing in papers written by Chinese people. 挖掘生产潜力. So you excavate 生产 productive or manufacturing 潜力 potentialities. Okay, 挖潜力. 我们要发掘每个人的潜力. Yeah, tap everyone's potential. All right, how are we doing? Let's 潜力. 潜. So we saw 潜在, and the other one you need to know is 潜水艇 submarine. 潜水艇. Actually, 潜水 is also a word. 潜水 is underwater diving, right? 进入水面以下. Yeah. 潜泳. Okay, swim underwater. So underwater diving 艇. Not 艇. Underwater diving 艇. 艇 is a vessel, or in the sense of a boat. 潜水艇. Sorry. Yeah. So underwater diving vessel. Boat. 潜艇. I usually encounter 潜水艇. 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 核潜艇. Okay, so that's nuclear submarine. 核 refers to the core or nucleus of an atom. So nuclear submarine. 核潜艇. Nuclear submarine. All right, what's next? 衰退. Decline, decay. These are good translations. It is a verb. We talked about 衰老, right? So it's the same 衰老 to 衰. 衰退. Yeah, 衰老 is like decline through aging, whereas 衰退 is just declining in general. Anything we need to know about this word? 衰弱. Yeah, this is weaken. 减退. 衰弱. Weaken. Oh, okay, so weak, feeble. Functioning is an adjective as well. 精力衰退. So 精力 is your energy, right? 精力, energy. 精力衰退. So your energy is sapped in some way. 意志衰退. 意志 is your will in the sense of willpower. You don't have willpower anymore. 经济衰退. The economy is weak. Just basically weak in that context. 经济衰退. 记忆力衰退. So this one implies it was okay, but now it's getting worse. 经济衰退. 他的视力在衰退. Yeah, so this is definitely a verb, right? 在衰退. It's failing. 视力. When people get old, they have issues with eyesight. Yeah, for some reason I don't have to wear glasses yet, which is people my age pretty much all wear glasses. All right, 衰退. Let's go to ChatGPT and look at a few examples. I don't want to go too fast through everything. What things might 衰 退? What things might 衰退? 我的视力还没有衰退. Did my father wore glasses? Yeah. They had reading glasses and driving glasses, but I don't have glasses, which is weird when you spend so much time on the internet. 衰退. To decline. Okay, yeah, so it's usually a verb, but we saw it used as an adjective as well. So often there's a blurry, imprecise line between verbs and adjectives in Chinese. Okay, it didn't go through. Yeah, I've been having some trouble with the internet. Yeah, it's having trouble again. All right, maybe we have to put this aside. 把这个把 ChatGPT 搁在一边，我们把它搁在一边，一会儿我们会去看。OK， 著作，yeah, works, writings. Yeah, 著作。I don't know. 写作 also counts as writings. I don't know. Why does this word exist? 著作. Yeah, it literally means 写作. Okay. 听心著作著作人will be author, right? So, all right. So this is the verb version. There's a noun version. Does it say here? This one, okay, this is noun in here. 写的书和文章. So it's like your writings, your books and your articles. 不朽的著作. 不朽 immortal. 不朽. Wait a minute, is this 朽 the... No, it's not. 不朽. Sorry, I was halfway through the question. 生锈. Didn't complete my thought. Yeah. 不朽 and 生锈. The 朽, it's not even the same tone, is it? What does the 朽 mean? 朽. 腐烂. So it's 木头腐烂. Okay. So it doesn't rot. Oh, here we got 衰老. 老朽, 衰朽. All right, so this means rotting here. So it is related to, because it is related to 生锈 in that it's something is getting worse gradually. 腐朽, 腐朽. So maybe 不朽 is 不腐朽. Rot, decay. All right. So 不朽 不朽 这个 不朽 永存 永不磨灭 多用于精神事业等 What is 磨灭? Worn away. Never unable to be worn away. Okay. So eternal, everlasting. 永垂不朽 永垂不朽 last forever 不朽的事业 a career path or a mission that will last forever, an undertaking that will never get old. What are we talking about? 著作 著作 How did we get onto 不朽? Oh, that's how. Here it's a noun. 理论理论著作著作理论著作理论 is theoretical or theory. 理论 yeah. 他的著作被翻译为10多种语言. So his writings have been translated into 10 or more languages. Actually, you wouldn't say 10 or more. It's 11 to 19. Somewhere in there. 11 to 19. I like the English translation. They just use dozen, so 12. Don't take it too literally. 古代医学著作 ancient medical literature or writings. 台生著作甚多 甚多 is just, is this is 许多 here, right? 甚多 yeah. It's just a fancy way of writing 许多 很多 yeah, all right. Next is 反射 and we already talked about this. 反射 We talked about this in the first video in this chapter when we talked about 射 反射 or let's just put in Google image search, see what comes up. 反射 yeah, reflect. 反射 It's kind of what you think it means. 反射入射角反射角 So this 角 is an angle here, right? So, well, this is the reflection angle. So this will be angle of incidence or something. Okay, 全反射 complete reflection 正反射 So this is a right angle, reflecting at a right angle, I guess. This is Japanese. Ah. 真讨厌的孩子 All right, so reflect. So I don't think this has a figurative usage. 反射 反射 all right, 反射阳光从被雪覆盖的山峦反射回来 Yeah, exactly, just that, really. 山峦 basically just 山他用右手 right 左手他用左手遮挡反射过来的阳光 Yeah, so this is they're all reflecting sunlight. Reflecting sunlight. All right. How's this going? Is this my side or ChatGPT's side? I don't know. Here I use Gemini. 经济 So the economy might 衰退 decline 由于全球疫情许多国家的经济都出现了衰退 Okay? 长期的政策不稳定导致该地区经济持续衰退 So yeah, like what's the word? Unstable policy. 市场随着新技术的兴起，传统报纸市场逐渐衰退。Yeah, that happened, didn't it? So we don't read newspapers, like physical newspapers, as much as we used to. 某些产品由于需求减小，市场份额不断衰退。份额 yeah. So the market portion, the market share continuously drops. Yeah, there's less and less demand for the product. 社会结构 All right. 城市化 No, 城市化进程 No. 城市化进程加快城市化 will be urbanization. Yeah. Okay, 农村人口衰退 All right, so as urbanization proceeds, the population of villages, rural villages declines. 随着现代化的发展，传统手工艺在年轻一代中逐渐衰退。由于西方文化的影响，传统节日在一些地区正在衰退。All right, so presumably the influence of Western culture is on non-Western countries. Okay, 老一辈的文化习俗在年轻人中慢慢衰退。Yeah, 老一辈 previous generation. All right. Oh, there's a lot. 健康 Okay, well maybe we won't read them all. 随着年龄的增长，老年人的身体机能会逐渐衰退。Yeah. This one, 记忆力衰退。 自然资源 natural resources 过度开采导致矿产资源的衰退。Yeah. 生态环境 ecosystems 森林覆盖率的减小导致生态系统的衰退。Yeah, so deforestation or forest coverage rate. So the proportion of the surface area or the proportion of land covered in forest, the reduction of that has led to declining ecosystems. 士气 morale 连续的失败让团队的士气衰退。Yeah. 情感 emotional decline. 随着时间的推移 Yeah, this is one of these things you probably should just memorize. 随着时间的推移 It's used all the time. And if you use it in your writing, it sounds super fluent, even though it's not especially challenging. 随着时间的推移两人之间的感情逐渐衰退。Okay, so there's two people in there. At first they were all lovey-dovey, but slowly it's like, oh, who's that guy? Oh, yeah. All right, etc., etc. All right, so we were looking at, let's ask about 著作 first. Why does the word 著作 exist? There seems to be plenty of other words that can be used instead. 著作这个词在中文中有其独特的用法和意义。尽管确实有许多其他词语可以描述作品或创作，以下是著作存在的原因和它的独特之处。All right. ChatGPT is certainly living up to the chat in its name. I don't think I want to read everything. Let's just read a few examples. 他的这部著作在学术界引起了广泛的讨论。这本书在作者的代表性是作者的代表性著作。So this book is like a canonical example of this writer's writing. 这些著作是他多年研究的成果。Yeah, I remember reading about Lord of the Rings and it took Tolkien like decades to write. I was pretty impressed by that. But that's how you end up with something that lives forever. 他的著作涵盖了多个学术领域。Yeah, 法律、版权 so law and copyright. 这些著作受到了版权法的保护。著作权 copyright. Okay, I've only ever said 版权. This one, copyright. 著作权. So this is like copyright for a piece of writing. 著作权的保护作者权益的重要法律。Right. 作者权是 Okay, so this is the subject, this is the verb, and this is the object. 是保护作者权益的重要法律。区别一般作品。他的作品包括小说、散文等，而他的著作则主要是学术研究和专业书籍。Okay, so what the message ChatGPT is giving me is that 作品 is works of art. So this is his novels and essays, prose, count as his 作品, but his academic research and specialized 书籍 specialized books count as his 著作。这本书被视为经典著作，广受学术界的尊重。So his book is considered a classical work in academia. Yeah, all right. What are we up to? Next is 反射. All right. So thanks. Next is 反射. Can it only mean reflection in a physical sense? There's 反应. 反应 is reflection, like this novel reflects 1970s culture or something like this. 反射这个词在中文中不仅仅用于物理意义上的反射，它还有其他比喻性和扩展的用法。以下是一些不同的用法和例子。物理反射，在物理学中，反射指的是光线、声波等遇到障碍物时返回的现象。Yeah, so this is the physics one. This is just physically reflecting sound or light. 镜子可以清晰地反射出我们的想象。Yeah. 声波 sound waves. 声波在山谷中反射，产生了回声。This is echo as well. I said 回响 last time is echo, but this is also echo. 比喻反射。So how do I do this? 心理反应。So a psychological reaction. OK， 孩子的眨眼是对强光的自然反射。So this is a physiological reaction. Not a 心理 This is a physiological. This is a 生理反应。他听到突然的响声，反射性的缩了一下。Yeah, so this is like reflexive, like maybe someone suddenly comes out of nowhere and you're like, whoa. I just saw my face on the camera. It looked a bit weird. What was I doing? Yeah, so it's like a reaction without like thinking about it. 思考和反馈。反应 is better. 反馈 feedback in the sense of feedback loop. 他的话反射了他内 No, I don't believe that's correct. You should use 反应。Yeah, I don't think that's correct. 反应。反应 Yeah, okay. No, ChatGPT is wrong here, I think. I think that's safe to say. 这些文化现象反映了 It should be 反映。现象反映了社会的变化。反映 reflect. This is used more figurative. Reflect in the sense, this sort of thing. 这反映出对未来真正的愤怒和忧虑。So reflects anger and anxiety, apprehension about the future, etc., etc. So this is more figurative, 反应。But I think the physiological reacting to things works. 条件反射。Actually, let's Google this. 条件反射。衍生 derived 用法 derived usage. 衍生 derived 反射弧 弧 is an arc, right? So 反射弧 is a reflective arc of some kind, reflex arc. 反射弧的完整性对人体的快速反应 there's also this 反应非常重要 yeah this反应 yeah this is a 反应 this is the reaction you react to bad news or you react to being startled maybe ChatGPT is not doing well this time 反应我等着看它如何反应 how she responds to some kind of stimulus 她的反应令我诧异公众的反应强烈 yeah this one's reaction like so there's 反应 and there's 反射 and there's two 反应 and there's 反射the only other one is 条件反射 what is 条件反射高级神经活动学说 would be the so high level 神经 neural activity 学说 is like a school of thought theory doctrine 核心内容 all right conditioned reflex I'm not sure if I want to, if this is a good idea, but let's see what we got. 早知今日何必当初啊习惯 So he's adopted a dog, right? 他养了一只狗 and the dog got big. Okay. So the dog got big, but the dog is not a dog. The dog represents a habit, and maybe a bad habit, like gambling or something. 习惯是人们在长时间里逐渐养成的一是不容易改变的行为。起初是我们在不经意时造成的，一旦习惯养成了，它已是牢不可破的。我们就会让它 I can't read it. It's got a watermark over the top. 什么 Yeah, that's the thing with habits, isn't it? They're hard to get rid of. Even if they're bad habits. If they're good habits, it's usually okay. So this is a cartoon by this Zhang Yan Jun. Yan is Yanshi, inkstone, right? Yeah. So what is 条件反射? And what's it got to do with that? 概念。条件反射是人出生以后，在生活过程中逐渐形成的后天性反射。What is 后天性? Acquired. That's the first time I've encountered this word. 后天性. So 后天 is the day after tomorrow. We call it overmorrow in English. Overmorrow. Yeah, archaic term. All right. It's good for Trivial Pursuit and that sort of thing. Overmorrow. Why do English people not use overmorrow? 后天. It's not often you get a good use of overmorrow. But Chinese has this one. Like 后天 overmorrow 性, the proper acquired. Okay. 后天性反射是在非条件反射的基础上，经过一定的程度，在大脑皮层参与下完成的，是一种高级的神经活动，是高级神经活动的基本方式。So it's some kind of higher functionality of the brain. This is like Pavlovian kind of stuff, right? conditioned reflex. So if you're like me, you'll have some kind of fidgeting behavior. I like to fidget with pens. It just helps me concentrate, just having a pen to fidget with. I always try to keep it out of people's eyesight because maybe it's distracting, but I keep pens around all the time just to fidget with. It really helps me think, just having a pen at hand. Okay, I believe this is called stimming. 多次吃过梅子的人，梅子 will be some kind of fruit or plum or something. 梅子的人。Yeah, one of my friends from Nankai, he likes 酸梅汤. I think it's that one, 酸梅汤. It's not very healthy, right? It's full of sugar. 酸梅汤, 酸梅汤. This one, 酸梅汤, 酸梅, pickled plum soup. So sometimes in a cafeteria, they'll give you some free 酸梅汤. Usually it's, I don't know, pretty ordinary. I didn't realize you could buy it like this. 酸梅汤. It's full of sugar. It's so much sugar. All right, anyway. 多次吃过梅子的人，当他看到梅子的时候，也会流口水 drool. Okay, so we're talking about Pavlovian conditioning. 这就是他在曾经吃过梅子流口水的基础上完成的，因此是条件反射。可以想象一下，如果当年曹操的士兵都没有吃过梅子，也从没有人 ，Is that right? Okay, 也从没有人告诉他们梅子是酸的。Maybe it's 从没有 as a single word. Or 从没有人 There never was anyone to tell him that plums were sour. 那将是什么样的一种结果结局 What's that got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything? So from what I understand, Cao Cao has a story. I don't know if it's fictitious or not. When it comes to the Sangguo Shiqi, half the stories are made up and the other half are real. And it's kind of hard to tell which is which. I think this one's made up. Cao Cao has a story where he lied to his troops to tell them, oh, just over the hill or wherever we're going, there's maizi. And all these troops were like, oh, okay, cool, we'll have some plums soon. And when they got there, they discovered he lied the whole time. But yeah, he got them to the destination. I'm not sure how true the story is. It sounds fake to me. Yeah. And I'm also, long term, as soon as you realize that Cao Cao is lying to you, you're going to be like, okay, so everything you say from then on is just not believable. You've got a reputation now. 人类在与大自然斗争的过程中，在群体中产生了语言，大脑越来越发达。在大脑皮层 ，What is the 皮层？大脑皮层 ，cortex. So brain cortex. Why is it called 皮层？皮层 layer of skin. Yeah, why is it like cortex? Anyway. 在大脑皮层形成了语言中枢。中枢 is a hub, so a language hub in your brain cortex. 于是人类能对抽象的语言文字形成条件反射，这是人类所特有的，属于第二信号系统的反射，例如望梅止渴 Yeah, that's it. That's the 成语 So that's Cao Cao, right? Is it a true story? Is it Cao Cao? Maybe it's not. No, there it is. All right, let's finish this, and then we'll talk about this 成语。例如望梅止渴，望梅止渴的典故来自于曹操在沙漠中行军，因为口渴，趁前面有处梅林，勉励士兵行军。这里的望是指在脑海中想象的思想。意思。All right. So this is the Pavlovian 条件反射。So it's at a higher level. It's not 反应. It's like you bang your elbow and it's like, oh, that's more, you don't, it's less conscious. Whereas 条件反射 is more conditioned because every time you see plums, you drool. Yeah, so this is a 成语. Right, it's probably from literature. I'm not sure. Is it true? It's really hard to tell. Half the stories are made up and half are true. Okay, 东汉末年，曹操率领部队去讨伐。Okay, first of all, 讨伐。I see this character in Genshin Impact. I could open it, but it'll take a long time. 讨伐 to send a punitive expedition against, crusade against. Okay, so this means you go track down your enemies and destroy them. What is this? 盘踞 Okay. 讨伐盘踞在完成的张绣。完成 So this is the name of a place. 张绣 That's the name of an enemy, I guess. 当时已经到了中午，烈热当空，天气十分炎热，将士们携带着沉重的武器，全身都被汗水浸湿。又热又渴，非常难受。给行军 What is 行军 March an army 给行军带来的严重影响。Alright, so that's the problem. They're in the sun, they're wearing their armor. Cao Cao wants them to attack, but yeah. 曹操见将士们一个个舔着干燥的嘴唇，勉强行走，心里非常焦急，下令队伍原地休息，派人分头到各处去找水。过了好一会儿，派去的人全都提着空桶回来。Alright, so he sent them to find water. They didn't find water. 原来这里是一片荒原，没有河流，也没有山泉，根本找不到水。曹操又下令就地挖井。So 就地 is on the spot, right? Dig a well right here. 挖井 挖 to dig. 井 is a well. So 就地 right here, dig a well. Don't go over there. Well, I want a well right here. That's my order. Dig a well. 士兵们挥汗挖土。What is 挥汗? Sweat profusely. Okay. So it's not just 出汗, it's 挥汗。挥汗挖土，但过了好长时间也挖不出一滴水。Alright, so they're digging a well, but you know what? Still no water. We're wasting energy. 曹操心想，情况很严重，如果在这里久留 ，right？ 久留，对。 会有更多的人无法坚持下去。曹操略微思索了一下，猛地用马鞭 is a whip, so for whipping the horse. 马鞭指着前方的山坡。So he's got his whip for his horse, pointing to the mountains or the hills, and he's going to say, 大臣对手下的将士说，这个地方我熟悉，翻过前边的山坡，就会有一大片茂盛的杨梅林。Yeah, so 杨梅, this is the type of that. Red bayberry. All right. 杨梅林到了那里，你们每个人都可以尽情的将杨梅享用个够。All right, so he's lying. He's lying to his troops to make them think that there is berries over the hill. 将士们 what is 将士们 just troops. Officers and troops. 将士们一听说梅子及梅子的酸汁，就自然而然的想象起酸味，从而流出口水。顿时不觉得那么渴了。曹操立即指挥队伍行进，经过一段时间，终于带领队伍成功找到了水源。Yeah. Okay, so this is a different story to what I've read. Anyway, 大家痛痛快快的喝了水，精神焕发的继续行军。All right, so Cao Cao is just kind of making it up, saying that there are berries over there. But in this version of the story, the troops are like, you know what? I don't want to drink very sour berries, so I'm not thirsty anymore. Yeah, 顿时不觉得那么渴了。那 here 流出口水。Yeah. Or is this the 条件反射? Is this the 条件反射? Maybe this is a Chinese thing then. So they 流口水 and that fills them up or makes them not thirsty? Alright, something like that. Anyway, 条件反射. Kind of the Pavlovian conditioning. Alright, what's next? 弱点. Alright, that's not even remotely hard. 弱 meaning weak, 点 meaning point, weak point or weakness. 弱点 Yeah. 不足或薄弱之处。Yeah. 我的弱点是遇事爱急躁。No, yeah, it is 爱急躁. This 爱 doesn't mean you love being 急躁 fickle. It's you're just have a habit of I don't know, like fond of. Anyway, 集中优势兵力，攻击敌人的弱点。So attack the enemy's weak point. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of words that end in 点。Okay, there is, yeah, this one. 重点 is important point. There is also 重点, but that's another one again. 特点 special point. Yeah, 特点。观点 观点. No, 观点 is like point of view, a little bit different. 缺点 yeah, drawback, weakness, also kind of weakness, I guess. 地点 like the point where something takes place, I guess, the location. 优点 the opposite of 缺点, the good points, strong points of say an app or something like that. 焦点 focal point, 终点 end point, 弱点 weak point. 要点 this is like a strength, is it? Important point, main point, main point. 早 oh, that's different. I don't know 起点 starting point. 序点 I don't know that one. 标点 is 标点符号 so 标点 is a punctuation mark. 标点差点 yeah. 热点 not sure about that one. 定点 appointed like designated point, that sort of thing. 景点 scenic point yeah. 论点 it's a point of argumentation. So yeah, 顶点 the point at the top. 最高点 yeah. So 弱点 belongs to that enormous family of words that it just mean where are we? 弱点 here. 弱点 is just one of the words in that enormous family of words. 弱点 so 弱 meaning weak, so weak point. Next is 迁就 did we skip one? 迁就 yeah, 迁就 no, we didn't skip one, did we? I feel like we skipped one. No, maybe I'm just imagining it. All right, 迁就 means a concession. So a concession in the sense of a compromise. 迁就 so maybe you're having an argument or trying to come to a compromise. 有迁就 sorry, I need to adjust. 迁就 to accommodate oneself. I don't know what that refers to. 迁就 so the canonical example is like a husband arguing with his wife and the husband's like, okay. Yeah, I give up. I give up. 我认输了. It's just don't want to argue anymore. You just accept whatever. So 迁就 you just end up doing things how someone else wants them to do. Accommodate oneself to. I don't know this word. So maybe there's this extra meaning. 将就 okay. 迎合别人 what is 迎合 cater to, pander to. This one 迎合别人对犯错误的人不能迁就 yeah, this is kind of like let them off the hook or they made a mistake. 不惜迁就 yield to 坚持原则不能迁就 you can't compromise on principle. 就小事情上互相迁就这点儿 so yeah, so for small things, maybe both people compromise, not a big deal. Yeah. 他太迁就孩子了 So this is you're criticizing a parent. You're saying, yeah, he gives in too much to the child. So yeah, the child says, I want to do X. They do X, that sort of thing. I want to play Genshin Impact, and they play Genshin Impact or whatever. 他太迁就了，迁就孩子了，要什么就给买什么。Yeah, this is not necessarily the best way. 一味迁就 I don't know, make concession after another. 顾惜 what is this one? 顾惜迁就，顾惜迁就。坚持原则不是 OK， 你越迁就他。他越贪得无厌 Yeah, so in English you say someone, you give them an inch, they take a mile, right? That's kind of the meaning here. The more you compromise, the more he'll take. 贪得无厌 This is what it's like a lot of the time. you try to be reasonable and you kind of like, okay, I compromise. I'll let you do that, or I will stop doing something I want to do for you. And then they just like they push further and further and further, and what do? And you end up discovering like, oh, I do everything. My entire life is based around you, and you're still not happy. 如果事不迁就人，那么人就得迁就事。Okay, this sort of thing. If the mountain will not come to Muhammad, then Muhammad must go to the mountain. Is this an Islam quote? Or maybe it's like a non-Islam quote. I don't know. If there's any Muslims watching, do you know this quote? Is it like a hadith or something? 如果事不迁就人, so if the matter will not yield to people, then the people must yield to the matter. 这个人詹姆斯迁就他所有异想天开的念头。异想天开 okay. Yeah, this is the kind of thing. So 迁就, I mean, it's like you don't want to do it, but you're meant to compromise and meet in the middle kind of thing. So there are other words like this. 妥协 This one. 妥协为避免冲突而做出适当让步. That's the other one. 让步 妥协 you try to meet someone halfway. It's what reasonable people do, but if you're working with someone who's being unreasonable, you discover that if you 让步, if you 妥协, then you discover the new middle point is much closer to where they are. 为顾全大局，双方都愿意妥协. What is this? 顾全大局. Assessing the situation on the whole. All right. 双方都愿意. So both sides are willing to meet in the middle. 妥协. 老板同意向罢工者妥协. So the boss agrees that to the striking workers, 罢工 to go on strike. 罢工者妥协. 原则问题不能妥协. Yeah. This one's a reasonable choice. And the other one is 让步. 在谈判争执中推让一步. Yeah, 争执. 不肯让步. 在原则问题上绝不让步. Again, 原则 principles, so you don't, all three of those compromises. 妥协, 让步, 迁就. You can't use them. You should not compromise on principle, but you can use all three of those words. 做出必要的让步, make necessary concessions. 不向无理要求让步. What is 不向? Oh, okay, it's 不向无理要求让步, right? So don't give in to unreasonable requests. 原则问题绝不容许让步. 两人辩论了很久，谁也不让步. So they've 辩论了, they've debated for 很久, a long time, and neither are willing to 让步. 他丝毫不肯让步. It depends what it is. But I don't know. People have really made me regret 让步ing in the past, especially former housemates. Well, I've had a housemate. Like I go to maybe I shouldn't complain. Go to have a shower. You discover he smokes in the shower, and he just leaves the ash on the ground and cigarette butts in the shower. This is what I was like. I try to be as patient as possible. Oh, and you should have seen the kid. Oh, no. Let's not think about it. It's all right. 迁就 Let's go ask ChatGPT. 迁就让步妥协 Can you help me with 迁就让步妥协 please? Are there others like this? Yeah, I think that's that kind of ex-housemate issue. Maybe many people have like horror stories with their housemates. You may be surprised to hear when I moved to Weihai, it's like, oh, I can live by myself. No one smokes in the shower. Oh, it was so annoying. Because the shower and bathroom are together, so he'd smoke in there for hours. And then you'd be absolutely busting to the toilet, and he would sit there for hours, and then when he'd get out, the room would stink of smoke. Oh. 迁就让步妥协 So they're all concessions. 让步调整 not exactly. OK, 迁就指的是为了避免冲突或为了他人的利益勉强顺从或容忍他人的意见和行为，通常带有被迫的意味。Yeah. So it's like you put up with something, you're kind of compelled. You don't want to yield to. Although in the parent example, where the parent was always enjoying the children, a little bit different, isn't it? Okay, 常用于人际关系中 well, they're all between people. 带有一定的委屈或无奈感。委屈 so you feel aggrieved. It's like you, by rights, shouldn't have to do that, but you do that. 无奈 and there's no other options. 例子，他总是迁就别人，从不坚持自己的意见。Yeah, like giving to other people. I mean, there is a certain kind of fight your battlesness. Yeah. 为了家庭和谐，她不得不迁就丈夫的习惯。Yeah, so in order to maintain familial harmony, she has no option but to give in to her husband's habits. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's like living with people, isn't it? 为了让事情变得复杂 No, 为了不让事情变得复杂，他决定迁就对方的要求。他总是迁就孩子，从不严厉管教。What is 管教 ？Disciplined. Yeah, so it's always giving in to his children. His children are making demands. So, what do we say in English? Rule the roost. Wear the pants. That sort of thing. 让步常用于谈判或冲突解决中。带有主动退让的意味。OK， 在谈判中，他做出了一些让步，以达成协议。Okay, so this is like negotiations. 双方在争执中各自让步，最终达成了共识。共识 is consensus, right? So this is a little different to 迁就. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what the difference is. And 妥协强调各方都做出让步. Okay, so 妥协 emphasizes both parties are meeting in the middle. 常用于谈判、冲突解决、政治等 正式场合. All right. So political conflict and negotiations, just general conflict resolution. 最终他们通过妥协达成了协议。OK， 经过多次谈判，双方都做出了一些妥协。Alright. I like how ChatGPT gets confused. 例子例句。Let's just read these ones. 他对同事的无理行为，表现出了极大的容忍。Oh, so it's looking at other words. 容忍 tolerance. 调和 mediate, right? Mediate, among other meanings. 为了调和两人的矛盾，他做了很多努力。还有这个，在老师的调解下，学生们终于和解了。Yeah, so 调解 this is also mediate 调和. I think in this context you can interchange them. 和解 so reconcile. And 调试 first time I've encountered this word. I don't know. 他努力调试自己的心态，以适应新工作的节奏。All right, so this 适应 is what I would use. 适应 adapt to a new workplace. Yeah, this is not relevant. These three are the relevant ones. All right. 坚定 Oh, what happened? Am I still going? Yeah, I think I'm still here. Next is 坚定. 坚韧 is another one. 坚定. So 坚 is like tough, right? Durable, tough, strong. I think tough is the best out of those. 坚决 yeah, there's a few of them. 坚定. So before we do that, let's just look at the words with 坚硬 hard, tough. 牢固 is sturdy, right? Firm, secure. Okay. 坚冰 so this is strong, hard, sturdy, firm ice. 坚如 I don't recognize that character. 坚如磐石 sturdy as rock. All right, 坚如磐石 sturdy as rock. 坚固 firm, sturdy, so on. Okay, 坚固的事物 so you can use 坚 to refer to something that is sturdy. Okay. 披坚决锐 无坚不摧 I don't know this one either. 攻坚将 I don't know this one. Maybe that's not that relevant. 坚守坚持坚决 so this is a different one. 坚定 so it's kind of annoying having 坚 defined in terms of 坚定 but this is like unwavering 不动摇 unwavering unmoved unmoved in the sense of unwavering 坚定 firm, steady, staunch, resolute. Yeah, 坚守 so firmly uphold something, firmly stick fast to. 坚决守住 I can't look up that. 坚持 is persevere, persevere, right? 坚决 what's this one? 坚决 firm, determined. Yeah. So these are kind of physically strong and tough objects and so on. And this one is like mentally resolute and unwavering. Okay, 坚冰坚石坚质陶瓷 Okay, so 质 here is material. So 坚质 will be a firm or strong material. 陶器 is pottery. China, no, it's pottery. Earthenware. Pottery. China is 瓷器. I think they're different. Or at least they're different in English. 坚不可摧, 坚不可摧, indestructible. So physically hard, strong, tough. And this is 坚拒. 拒 is 拒绝. So firmly refuse, flatly refuse. 身残志坚. So 身 is your body. 残疾的残, right? 志 willpower. 坚 is still staunch. So this is someone who's disabled but staunch, whose willpower is very staunch. Yeah, I mean people like that. They can't walk, or they can barely walk, and somehow they just figured out ways around, and they're really good at something. All right. So we're looking at 坚定. So this 坚 means unwavering, uncompromising, that sort of thing. 坚定, 立场, 主张, 意志等. So 立场 is your standpoint. 主张 is something you're trying to promote, or like advocate. 意志 is your willpower. 坚固稳定 is firm and steady. 不动摇, unwavering. So 坚定的爱国主义者, a staunch patriot. And okay, so that's the adjective. This is the verb. And the verb means to cause to become 坚定, right? So a lot of adjectives are like this. They're kind of in between like this. So that you apply the adjective as a verb and it means to cause it to become like that. English has a few like that. I remember asking my friends on Facebook, and they gave me two good ones. One was brown. You brown the onions. So you brown the onions, it means you cause the onions to go brown. So you brown the onions. So brown's an adjective, but if you brown the onions, you use it as a verb. The other one was wet. Wet is a verb, right? The floor is wet, right? But you can wet the floor, right? If you wet the floor, it means you cause the floor to become wet. Yeah. So a lot of Chinese adjectives are like that. And this seems to be one. 坚定. So 坚定 is an adjective, but it can also mean to cause to become 坚定. 群众的支持更加坚定了我们的决心. Okay, so strengthened our resolve. What was that? Oh yeah, Avatar. Yeah. Strengthen your resolve. I remember, what was it? The military guy, a really tough looking, really 坚定 kind of military guy. What is it? I'm starting to question your resolve. Yeah, something like that. 我坚定地相信公司的决定是正确的. I firmly believe that the company's decision was correct. Well, I wonder what the decision was. 立场坚定, 立场 your standpoint. 意志坚定, 坚定的信念. 信念 here is a belief. Not necessarily a religious belief, just a belief. I don't know. Belief, faith. 认为正确而坚信不疑的观念. Yeah, not necessarily a religious belief, but it could be a religious belief. 坚定立场, 向信心. Okay, so, this is a verb. So strengthen one's confidence. Yeah. All right, what's next? 坚韧. 坚韧. This one, tough, tensile. 坚韧 describes objects. Like, when I think of things, 坚韧. Firm, tenacious. I think of objects from my father's era. My father has had things in the garage that came from war and whatnot. And back then, you build them like they were going to last forever. Nowadays, you build things with the aim of them falling apart so you can sell more. But back in the day, you used to build things that lasted, and they were still lasting, like 40 years later or something. 坚固而有韧性，韧性. So this is the tensile. So tensile has a meaning. So tensile strength. This is under pulling, right? Tensile, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I did physics. 韧性, toughness, tenacity, toughness. What is this? 桑木扁担. Oh, 桑木扁担, 扁担. 扁担 is the thing you carry on your shoulder. You don't remember Hua Mulan? Hua Mulan carried water. Oh, actually, she used her arms, didn't she? But humans would use a 扁担. It's a pole you put on your shoulders, and on each side of the pole you put a bucket. And in this case, 桑木. Sung mu is the type of wood used to create the 扁担. 扁 means flat, right? Flat pole. It's a bit flat, so it's more comfortable on your shoulders. 非常坚韧. So they're complimenting this type of wood, saying it's a good choice for making 扁担. Yeah, because it's a good choice of wood. It's 坚固, sturdy and tough. 顽强而持久. So stubborn and persistent. Presumably this is in a positive sense. 意志坚韧. So tenacious willpower. You wouldn't really describe willpower as tenacious in English. 坚韧. 质地坚韧, tensile. Strong but pliable in texture. Tensile. I always get these mixed up. There's malleable and ductile. What is tensile? No, malleable is able to be flattened. Ductile is able to be drawn into lengths. What is tensile? It's also just pull. Sorry, what does tensile mean? Tensile. Tensile. 可拉长了. So it won't break if you pull it. 有伸展性的, extendability. So this is like a spring or a wire or something. Elastic. All right. 在比赛中发现出坚韧的斗志. Yeah, so this is the emotional thing. Display great tenacity through the contest. So this is not describing your physical body, it's describing your willpower. Your fighting spirit. Yeah, that's a good one. 这个电视剧形象的表现了拓荒者们. Is that really a word? 拓荒者 pioneer. 拓荒者们坚韧不拔的精神. Yeah, 坚韧不拔. I haven't encountered this one. What does the bar mean? I don't know. Just persistent. Yeah. Lack of giving up. 皮革是一种坚韧的材料. Yeah, 皮革 is leather. Yeah, 皮革. 皮革包, 皮革鞋子, or just 皮鞋. 坚韧不拔的毅力. 毅力 is another word for willpower. 毅力, I don't know the difference. 意志, 毅力. 坚韧的毅力, 坚韧的忍受穷困. Yeah. 坚韧的承受, take it like a man. Kind of an outdated expression. 它充分证明了 这个社会的坚韧不拔和生生不息。What is 生生不息? Multiply and see. Like, do they like breeding in this society? All right. 坚韧 tenacious, tough, rugged. Yeah, describing objects and describing people's willpower. 狠心, 狠心, I'm going to say it's a verb out of those three. 狠心. You often see 狠了狠心. 狠了狠心 is when you you have to do something. Maybe you have to fire someone. You don't want to, but you kind of 狠了狠心. It's like, all right, I'm going to switch off my emotions momentarily, and I'm going to 狠了狠心 and fire that person. 狠心. So I think it is a verb. But adjective, verb, noun. All right. 硬着心肠，心地残忍. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. 狠心的打孩子. Yeah. All right. That's not a good phrase. 狠心的强盗. 强盗 is a pirate. 狠心的强盗 it's like a heartless pirate or something like this. This one is a verb. 下定决心，不再考虑其他. Okay, so you need to harden your heart. So, I mean, maybe you're an employer and you have to fire someone. It sometimes happens. But you don't want to. You have emotions and you feel for them, but maybe it's not working out for such and such a reason. I mean, or for example, the company has less and less money or something like this. 狠心. So you harden your heart so that you don't feel the pain. You have to make objective, cold, calculated business decisions sometimes. 他调转头来. Why is there a 调? 他调转头来. 调转头来. 一狠心决定走了. All right. So we need more context for this, but maybe he just caught his girlfriend cheating on him or something. So he turned around, hardened his heart, and walked off because he doesn't want to get hurt by catching his girlfriend cheating on him. 极大的决心. 决心 would be decisiveness. No, determination. I've gotten this one wrong before. Determination. So an extreme level of determination. 发狠心,下狠心. I haven't encountered this used as a noun before. This is, yeah. 你也太狠心了. Yeah. This is functioning as an adjective. 狠心. You're too heartless, too cruel. 狠心戒烟. Yeah, so this one is another one. Harden your heart. So it's like you want to stop smoking, you want to quit smoking. But in your heart, you're feeling like, oh, I really want to smoke. But you need to harden your heart and not feel those emotions. So you 狠了狠心. Often 狠了狠心. There'll be examples here somewhere. Yeah, here. 他狠了狠心. He steeled his heart. Yeah, this steel here is functioning as a verb. Steeled your heart means to strengthen it and protect it against, in this case, pain, but dangers and hurt. 跟他分手了 and broke up with him. Yeah, sometimes breaking up is the right thing to do. So you 狠了狠心. This is a verb. 狠了狠心. They broke up, but I mean, not every pair of people on the planet is designed to be a couple, is destined to become a couple. 他狠了狠心跟他分手. Yeah. All right. 狠心. Next, oh, I like this 成语. 半途而废. Do you know what it means? 半途而废. This is one of my favorite 成语. 半途而废. Yeah, so the other day, I So we'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about what the characters. 半途而废. 半 half 途径 journey, right? So half journey are and. So what happens? 废 is used in phrases such as 废弃, 废物, like abandon, what's the word? Abolish? 废除. So in here it kind of means give up. So 半途而废, give up halfway. Oh yeah, there's this one. 有始无终. 有始, there is a start. 无终, there's no end. There's a start but no end. 半途而废. So yeah, this is one of the most common Chengyu there is. So it is absolutely worth learning this Chengyu. If this is your first Chengyu, it's a good choice. 半途而废. It better not be your first Chengyu because we've studied like probably 50 by now. 半途而废. Yeah, 半途而废. So you often encounter this with students. Maybe they're reading a novel and they don't want to 半途而废. So they keep going and persevering. They want to study, they want to read the book to the end. 读到底, 对吗？阅读到底。我没读完这本小说，我不想半途而废，我想读完它。Yeah, 半途而废。You get this a lot in the Yuwen. Do you know the Yuwen textbooks? In China, children learn from Yuwen textbooks. Yuwen. 半途而废. 半途而废. It will be in here somewhere. 半途而废. Let's go 电子课本网. Will that work? What if I do this dot? Something like that, I'm guessing. 电子课本网. This one. Oh, it's just .com. What if I just put in 半途而废? Didn't work. So, okay, let's look at Yuwen 半途而废图片. Here. There absolutely will be a Yuwen textbook entry or article about 半途而废. So what year are we talking? 成语半途而废. Oh, wow, there's many of them. Can we read the whole thing? Maybe that's enough. 半途而废. Okay, if there's pinyin, then this is grade 2 at most. 三年级. Oh no, it's grade 3. And this is 电子课本网. It's the same slide. 战国时期有个叫乐阳的人. 乐阳. So this is 乐阳, is it? I don't know why his name is 乐阳. 乐阳的人. 他到邻国求学，准备成就一番事业。成就 can成就 be a verb? 三年级 This is grade 3 and I don't know. Can 成就 be a verb? Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, okay. So obviously I know 成就 as an achievement. 这是我们公司的很大的成就. This is our company's major success, or one of our major successes, or whatever. 很有成就，艺术成就，成就了一番事业，造就，完成，多与事业搭配。All right, so 搭配. So this is a collocation. So you 成就事业 So let's put those together. 成就事业. There's no entry for that. Okay. 业很大成就，所有成就那样 verb here. 你终于成就了这么大事。I'm 恍然大悟 in 恍然大悟，恍然大悟。I'm having an epiphany right here. This is grade 3, right? 三年级. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what happens, isn't it? All right. 成就事业. So complete a mission or task. Okay, so he's going, Le Yang is going to a neighboring country and to seek study and preparing to complete his mission or task. 和学习不到1年，他就因为想家，想家 is to homesickness, to miss your home, miss your family. 想家而弃学回来了。弃学 meaning to give up or abandon your study. 回到家里，妻子 okay, so 妻子 will be his wife. So presumably he's an adult. 妻子正在织布. So this is his wife. She is looming. She is 织布ing. She's using a loom by the looks of things. 得知他回来的原因后，妻子拿起一把剪刀，把织布机上的织线全都剪断了。Okay. So she's very wise. She's teaching her husband a lesson here. Husband comes home without completing his mission. And she's like, what? I'm going to take these scissors and cut all the threads on my loom. Okay, 然后说布是意思组成的，如果从中间把它剪断了，那么前面的功夫不就白费了吗？ Okay, so this is a rhetorical question. We talked about rhetorical questions in the grammar section not that long ago. Sorry, I look very dark, but it's not that dark. So 不就啪啪了吗? Yeah, that's another way of asking a question. 不就白费了吗? 白 is used before nouns before verbs to indicate you've done it fruitlessly. 白费. So in this case, 费 meaning like fees and to paying for things. So 白费 is a waste of money kind of thing, or waste of effort in this case. 乐阳听到这里，明白了妻子的意思，马上告诉了妻子，回到邻国继续求学，直到7年后学有所成才，回家。有所 is somewhat 成才 will become a talent. I don't know. 成才. Yeah, 3年级 it's too hard for me. 成才. Grow into useful timber, become a useful person. That's brutal, isn't it? If you do not come back from the neighboring country, you are not a useful person. All right. 自学成才, become talent. Yeah, become talented. 半途而废. So, yeah, so this 半途而废 comes up a lot in children's textbooks like Yuwen. This will be a Yuwen textbook. 3年级语文下册. So yeah, my understanding is these UN textbooks are standardized by the government and are across the country, or at least every province. I'm not sure. So you can kind of just read them for free online. So we read 半途而废, this one. Yeah. Oh, okay, 杂交水稻之父. That is 袁隆平, right? 袁隆平. 袁隆平, yeah, 袁隆平. Yeah, so I know this. I know this name. Why? Because it always ends up in our materials, our study materials, and on the exam. So if you're looking for things that might come up on the exam that you might not otherwise think to study, 三年级、四年级语文课本 is a really good choice. Grade 3 and grade 4 are good choices. In some of my past videos, I studied 七年级. 七, this is T, right? 六, 七, 八, 九, yeah. 七年级. I studied grade 7 Yuan textbooks. Oh my word! I definitely bantuar fade in that video. That's insanely hard, grade 7. This is like they weren't just reading like they were reading implicit meaning in foreign literature, like translated into Chinese and so on. And there's it's full of rich history and poetry and all this sort of stuff. Oh, so hard. Yeah. So anyway, 电子课本网 digital 课本 textbook 网 web, digital textbook web. So go read all these. I studied them. They're definitely worth learning. Especially like things like what is it? 模比马良. These kind of things you don't really get in the textbook, but they come up. All the Chengyu backstories. Is it 模比? Like 马良. I remember reading about Ma Liang. 神笔马良, this one. Do you know 神笔马良? Here we go. 神笔马良. Ma Liang is a little kid and he has a 神笔, a magic calligraphy brush. Yeah. 从前有一个孩子叫马良，他很喜欢画画，可是家里穷，连一支笔。Why is it that G? Why is it that G? Is that really the... That was not what I was taught in class. 一支笔. This one. This was what I was taught in class. 一支笔. But why is it 一支? Maybe this is another measure word. Maybe a measure word for calligraphy brush. 支. Is this a measure word? Here we go. Measure word. I'm just learning so much just by casually glancing at this. 用于树枝和带枝的花. All right, 三枝树杈 branches, right? Tree forks. Forks of a tree. 一枝桃花. No, maybe it's a typo. Do you think that could just is a typo? I'm not sure. 连一支笔也没有。一天他放牛回。Oh, okay. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't read the whole lot. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you get on the HSK exams. It's kind of stuff you need to know about Chinese geography, history, culture, just normally how things operate. And it is just, there's a lot of knowing stuff, like knowing who people are, knowing Chengyu backstories and things like this. And you can even study them in English if you like, but you need to know the story. There's still value in learning them in English. So these 语文书, 语文课本 are really good. Like, they should almost be considered like critical because they're so important. I studied these years ago though. I probably should revise. Anyway, we're talking about bantuar fei. So, 老外, it's back. It's back. So I've been having trouble with this site, and other people on Reddit were having trouble with this site recently. Laowai's unofficial Chengyu guide. I believe there is no such thing as an official Chengyu guide. So you don't really need that. Although the Laowai implies, like, Chengyu have been evolving over the last 3,000 years or something. Anyway, 半途而废, 半途而废, 半途而废. Let's see what we got. 加油, it's back. 半途而废. To stop or give up halfway, neutral. So let's see what examples they put here. 这项试验一定要搞到底. So 搞 is one of the words that mean do something. It's relatively rare. You can just say 做到底. 搞到底. 不能半途而废. We can't just give up halfway. 他不会辞职，因为他不是个半途而废的人。He's not a quitter. Source from 有道. Yeah. I'm not sure if I would say it like that. 他不习惯于半途而废. That's how I would say it. 他不习惯于. He's not accustomed to giving up halfway. So this is where it's from. 礼记. 岳阳子. Piece of golden. Okay, so there's a full story. And you can read it in English as well. It's worth learning. And like, if this story turns up on the HSK exam, which it very much, very well could, like this literal story, it's worth knowing, right? All right, 半途而废. Anyway, that was the 老外成语 guide. It's back. Next, 虐待. No, we absolutely talked about this. 虐待. When did we talk about this word? We talked about mistreating animals and mistreating children. 虐待. It's almost always children and animals. 虐待. Where did we look? I'm absolutely certain we looked at 虐待. Why did we... Here? Do you see it? No, it's not there. What about here? 虐待. Sorry. We talked about this not that long ago. 虐待. I don't remember where. It can't have been that long ago. Maybe I'm losing my marbles. Do you think I'm losing my marbles? Maybe. Studying too much. Too many words. 慈山慈海. All right. 虐待. It is a verb meaning to mistreat, abuse. It's a really negative word, of course. You usually just talk about 虐待 animals and 虐待动物, 虐待孩子. Yeah. And yeah, when you see this word, you should feel like sick to the stomach, that sort of thing. 虐待. 虐待. 用残酷凶狠的手段对待. Yeah, 不准虐待老人. Oh, okay, so you can mistreat the elderly as well. 虐待战俘. Yeah, prisoners of war. It's 俘虏, right? 俘虏, prisoners of war. 精神虐待, emotional abuse. This is abuse. This is like serious abuse. We're not talking like minor slighting. 对象只能是处于相对弱势的人或某些动物，如隶序. What is 隶序? Okay, so the note here points out that you can't mistreat someone who's more powerful than you. Yeah, you can. So you mistreat your children or children in general. You mistreat like a cat. I'm laughing, but it's not the laughing matter really. And you mistreat the elderly, etc., etc. 虐待. 虐. I don't know this word, this character outside this word. 虐. 肆虐. Actually, this one I've encountered. 肆虐. 风沙肆虐 wreak havoc 洪水肆虐 All right, how are we going for time? We're doing all right. Maybe I'm not getting through the words fast enough. Getting too far off topic, but you know, it's a long road, and if you optimize your study, you kind of just end up getting through it fast and then like having to figure out what to do next, right? My hair is a mess. I had to pick up my milk from downstairs, and doing that, doing that, I got rained on, and then my hair is a mess. 落实 implement, fulfill. 落实 yeah, I have trouble with this one. 落实 kind of like, there's lots of other words like 实现, 实施, 进行, this sort of thing. 落实 okay, what things can be 落实? Oh yeah, for 政策, you usually use 采用. So 采用 is adopt, whereas 落实 is carry out the policy, maybe? 政策, 计划, 措施. So policy, plans, procedures 等. 落到实处, 得到实现. Okay, so these are implemented. 落到实处, 得到实现. So it's not just adopting a policy. 采用政策. So you adopt a policy, but down the line you will need to implement the policy. Why is my hair? What's going on there? Not that I pay attention to those things. Okay, so 落实政策, you implement a policy. 实落实. Wait a minute, what? Does that make sense? This is a verb. 落实责任制. Yeah, implement a 责任 responsibility system, a system of responsibility. I don't know. I don't know what that could really mean. You'd need broader context for that to make sense. 落实资金, 资金 is capital. How do you implement capital? Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Let's move on. 那件事落实了吗? Has that matter been implemented? Yeah, so maybe implement is a good translation. Implement. 可实现. So that's feasible. Fix in advance. What does that mean? This English and Chinese, the English and Chinese are not consistent. Fix. Do you mean fix as in affix or lock in? 计划还未最后落实. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is like 锁定 or 决定, 锁定决定, decided or oh, this is just implemented, isn't it? 还未最后落实. So this is going from the stage you might what's the first stage? 草案 no, formulate 决定 is it? No, 决定 is a point. Formulate. Let me try again. Actually, can formulate. Oh, or I'll figure that out later. Formulate. Formulate. Oh, it's 制定, not 指定. 制定. I got my turn wrong. 制定, formulate. So you might formulate a policy. 制定政策. And after the policy has been formulated, 制定政策, you might 提交政策, submit the policy. 然后 it might be批准 it might be ratified not ratified accepted, and then 落实 ratified or implemented. Let's ask ChatGPT. What are the stages from stages in making policy, such as 制定、提交、采取和采用？这么说，采用，落实。Are there others? I'm a little confused. What others? ChatGPT will be good at this. It's good at filling in all the gaps. Sorry. Weird weather today. Rained heavily. It's very humid. I'll refresh the page. 他需要知道我是真人。OK， 正式制定的过程通常包括多个阶段，每个阶段都有其特定的任务和目标。以下是常见的政策制定过程中的主要阶段及相关词汇。All right. So stage 1 in formulating policy, going in stage 1 in policy making. 确定问题和目标，确定问题，设定目标。Okay, so this is confirming the problem and defining the objectives. 识别和界定 the limit. This is like establish boundaries on the problem. So recognize and define the scope of the problem. 界定需要解决的问题。OK， 明确政策的目标和预期结果。This is ChatGPT, isn't it? We studied 预期 because we studied预期 not that long ago. It sneaks it in conversation. And if you're not paying attention, you don't realize you're revising. 预期结果. All right, so we're clarifying the political objectives and anticipated results. 确定问题，识别问题。All right, so stage 1, that's fine. 政府首先需要确定社会面临的主要问题。在制定政策前，需要设定明确的目标。All right, next is 研究和分析 research and analysis. Now I understand why politics it takes such a long time to get things done. 收集数据 gathering data. 获得相关的数据和信息，分析数据 analyzing data. 对收集的数据进行分析，找出问题的根本原因。All right, find the primary cause of the problem. Relevant vocabulary 数据收集、数据分析、研究调查。例句：政策制定者需要进行全面的研究和数据分析，然后，调查结果将为政策的制定提供依据 ，provide a basis for formulating policy. For the formulation of policy. 制定政策草案 so formulating draft policy. 制定方案根据研究和分析结果设定政策方案 Alright, 政策草案起草政策文件也起草 So this is draw up policy documents or draft policy documents. 起草。专家小组正在制定一份详细的政策草案。草案包括多个备选方案供讨论。备选 alternatives. First time. Oh, this is like contingencies. Okay, 草案包括 multiple contingency policies. All right, 征求意见和修订。So 征求 solicit opinions and amendments, modifications, revisions. 公众资讯修改完成。Okay, this one. 征求公正专家和利益相关者的意见。Yeah, so you're soliciting opinions. 根据反馈意见修改和完善政策草案。So you're modifying and perfecting the draft policy. 政府公开政策草案，征求公众意见。根据收到的反馈，政策草案进行了多次修改。That's interesting. So you can put the target of the 进行 before the 进行。Really? 我的书进行了修改。I'm not sure. Is that correct? 提交审议和批准。审议 is like judgment, deliberation, okay? And 批准 is approval / ratify. I think at this stage we're just approving it though. 提交审议批准。将修订后的政策草案提交给相关部门或立法机构审议。审议进行讨论和评估，确定是否批准政策，批准正式通过政策。So, okay, officially pass the policy. 批准。最终的政策草案被提交给立法机构进行审议。政策在经过多轮审议后获得批准。So 经过 by passing through 多轮 the 轮 is a stage. It's a major word for stage or rounds. So 多轮 is multiple rounds of 审议 deliberation. After multiple rounds of deliberation, it was ratified. 实施计划，制定详细的实施计划和步骤，对吗？步骤。Okay, so this is 实施计划 so implementing the policy, 采取措施 adopting measures. 开始具体的实施工作 ，OK， 采取措施 adopting measures 实施计划like implementing the plan。政府制定了详细的实施计划 ，so formulated a detailed action plan or something like this. Maybe it's an implementation plan. It's a plan for how you implement policy. 各部门开始采取具体措施执行新政策。So we're adopting concrete measures for carrying out the new policy. 落实和执行，落实，确保政策在实际操作中得到执行。So real world operation, right? So it's being implemented in the real world, I guess. 监督执行 supervised implementation. 监督和评估政策的执行情况。All right. 新政策已经在全国范围内开始落实。So it's being, or maybe it's like being rolled out to the whole country, or already being carried out in the whole country. 政府将对政策的执行情况进行严格监督。And what's next? 评估反馈。OK， 评估效果，对政策实施的效果进行评估，反馈改进，根据评估结果进行调整和改进。哇 ，complicated, isn't it? 政策实施一段时间后，需要进行效果评估。Okay, so you carry out a result report or evaluation. Okay. 根据评估结果，政策可能会进行调整和改进。So maybe you'll make further alterations based on your evaluation. All right, so 落实 is some sort of carrying out in the middle there, in some middle stage. All right, how are we going for time? Didn't do very many words today, but in this video, I should say. But we did have a few deviations. I like to just stop and enjoy the scenery because a lot of language learning is just time on task. You find, I mean, you can do all these ultra efficient methods, but the problem is that you still need to spend all this time doing it. You do these efficient methods and then you finish and then you realize, oh, those efficient methods basically just didn't do some of the things I should do. They only did half the job. And so you have to go back and fill in all the gaps anyway. So why not do it properly the first time? Yeah. Sometimes I feel like we should throw away the concept of efficiency and focus more on time on task. Like the more you study, the more you learn. It's that simple. Yeah, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours. I've probably got over 1,000 hours of videos of me studying Chinese by now. All right, let's call it a video. Thank you for watching. I remember to do the liking. 点击. And remember to do the commenting. I don't know. 落实 is so hard, isn't it? I don't know. And what was the other thing? Yeah, subscribe and all the usual YouTube things. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.